Hey, everybody, welcome to a very special episode today. This is Dr. AJ Austin, founder of the International Center for Life Coach Training, LLC, where I train Black Christian women to become certified life coaches online in a matter of one day, 24 hours, however you want to divide the hours, you can do it. And today's featured guest is going to talk to us exactly about how she did it, how she laid it out, how she impressed me. We're going to talk about that. So, Coach, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. If y'all hear anything in the background, I'm doing laundry as I do this. So I'm going to be on and off mute, but this conversation is going to be good, but I'm listening, okay? So tell us who you are and get into kind of how we met. We'll start there.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Kanisha, and I met Coach AJ at an event called Speaking for Newbies, and had no idea that I would be here today. She always had this bright smile on her face, very easy to talk to. At that time, I was seeking to be a speaker and just have heard nothing but great things about her. And so we got connected via being at a Speaking for Newbies event. We shared the same mentor, or one of the same mentors.
Awesome. I didn't come off mute fast enough. So welcome to reality radio, okay? Tell us kind of when we did meet, what you had in mind. I mean, I know you said you didn't know this is where you would be, but I kind of feel like
Right.
once we talked about where you wanted to be, you knew you were warm. You were getting on the right track, and some kind of way you knew that coaching kind of came into play with that. What was that journey for you?
So, yes, that journey consisted of me speaking to my mentor because I'm in the process of developing a program. And as I'm working on the program, I did not know um, what I was going to do. Like, okay, I know I have this amazing story. I had this amazing journey that had challenges. I faced difficulties and there were some victories. And so I'm like, who can I encourage along the way? And what does that look like? And then finally a light came off and it was like, life coach. You can offer a service of being a life coach. You set goals, you took action, and you achieved them. And so now you can give that back to so many that are in need. So I had a phone call, a conversation with my mentor, and I was just sharing with him my ideas, and which he thought was great. And he was like, maybe you may not have to, be certified, but I connect you with Dr. AJ so she can better assist you because I didn't want to be calling myself a coach and that wasn't the proper protocol without being certified. And also just making sure that I was within my lane when I was going to be calling myself a coach. So we kind of got connected via wanting clarity on calling myself a coach and actually being certified as a coach. And so once me and Dr. AJ had that phone call, I knew that being certified was the best way to go with me offering this service so that I can know how to speak to my clients and how to better assist them and help them set goals, take actions, and achieve them.
All right, now you better know your material from the training. That's what I'm talking
You
about.
better.
I love it. So you said something that really stood out, which is what I hear a lot of people say on both ends. On one end, they say, I think I've been coaching all my life. I just didn't know that's what it was called. And they still take up that mantle as a coach, not really knowing what they're supposed to be doing. They're kind of winging it and doing what they think they should be doing as a coach. And that usually ends up with people giving advice and sharing their opinions and telling people what they should have, could have, ought to, would have done if they were them. And it leads to a lot of mess, could lead to some lawsuits, but we get into the asset protection and all that in the training. And then on the other end are people like you, the wise ones, who are willing to study to show thyself approved And so that you can write that vision, make it plain so that people who read it or hear about it can run with it. They can sign up. They can say yes, because they know you've invested the time, you've invested the money. Now you have the skill of becoming a professionally trained, qualified Black woman, Christian certified life coach. So now you're really in line with what you feel God has led you to do. You're still answering that call to coach. You're still serving, but like you said, you got that permission. And I went through a similar, similar thought process. I was afraid to call myself a coach without having that piece of paper in my hand. But once I got it, you couldn't tell me nothing. Like I knew I had earned everything. Okay. So
I know that's right.
talk to how you feel. Well, let me back up. Okay. You get to the training and you find out, okay, not only is it Christian, it's also online. She's telling me I could do this content in 24 hours. And you sign up, you say yes. I remember we were talking and you were working out. And I was like, girl, I know how it is trying to do a business during breathing hard. So, I'm sitting and listening to your vision and how it aligns. And it was really coming together in my brain to hear you talk about where you could see yourself as a certified coach. So what was your journey now that you have said yes and you're on this training, you got this material in your hands? What was that journey like going from, oh my goodness, I just said yes, I committed to something, I'm going to make it through it, I know how long it takes, and I know I got what it takes. Like, what was your journey going through it, and how did you press your way through those 24 hours of the training?
Well, all of those are great questions. Um, Once you sent me the handbook, I immediately started working. I work so well when I'm organized and when I have structure. I just excel in that area. And so I immediately started reading right away. I started reading, and it was so helpful. I didn't want to put the book down, but I knew I had to prioritize my time. So it was just like this good book that you just wanted to just keep reading and reading and reading because you wanted to know what was coming next, what I got to do next. And so day one when I received that book, your handbook, I was so excited about learning. Personally, I've never been the type to say that I've been coaching all my life. I know that I have been an inspiration and I've been helping, but never did I ever think that I was been coaching all of my life. So I think that's why it meant so much to me to reach out to someone in the industry that could tell me if I needed to be certified, because I never want to lead anybody, astray. And so as I said earlier, I just cut out so much time. Unfortunately, with me working and juggling life, I didn't do it in 24 hours, but that was okay. The goal for me was to just get it done. And I got it done at my own pace. It wasn't rush, so I could retain a lot of the information and just enjoy my journey, enjoy the process. So I took every module and just started like making sure that I really understood the concept of what was going on and what was expected of me as a coach. And I learned a lot. I learned the do's and I learned the do nots. So it really helped me. And what really stood out with me being a Christian, I feel like when I was going down the road, and I still do speak and do motivational speakings, but I felt like that tried to hinder my walk, because my story cannot be told without me referencing what God has done in my life. And so, with this being a platform where it's recognized for Black Christian women, I was like, oh, even better, because I can tell my story the way my story truly is, and it's at the foundation of Christ. So I was really sold when she said that, because I know, like, the things that I had prayed for, and God had aligned this to be so. And so I took my time and I got it done. And it was an amazing feeling to go through the whole process and to receive that email saying, "Congratulations, coach." So it has been amazing.
Okay, so let's back up because I want to validate and confirm your journey again. Now, while you may not have done it in a 24-hour, 1 day cycle, you still
Right.
put in 24 hours of learning content. I mean, in this handbook, not only is it structured, but it's structured in a way that still allowed you to prioritize your time. Like you said, you were able to learn from the best whoever did it, plus those who came before you. You know, I'm gonna just pat
You know.
myself back.
Thank you, thank
Then
you, thank you.
you said I couldn't put the information down once I started reading. So you knew you had to pace yourself. So that I love this point that you said you could retain the information and also enjoy the process while you went through it. That speaks volumes to our different styles of learners that we cater the program to. Not only are we Black Christian women becoming certified life coaches, but we also learn different, whether you're an auditory learner, you got to hear stuff, or you're visual, you got to see it, or kinesthetic, where you got to put your hands on it and demonstrate what you know. We also have people who have adult diagnosed ADD, ADHD, or they're neurodivergent. They may be dealing with things like multiple sclerosis and so many other things that come along with life, things beyond our control. But you see this process, as you mentioned, that can be done in 24 hours. You still did the 24 hours because a week, I want to say less than a week after our first conversation, you were done with your 24 hours of training. That was so impressive to me. And I knew that you had done everything you just said with scheduling your time and really making sure that you were hearing that God alignment in it. And you still did this all with life going on. Because some people think that because life happens, I got to pause my training, or some people bought training from me 2 years ago when I first started doing it at the time of this recording, and they go ghost, they go missing. They want to come back 2 years later like, hey, remember me? And I'm like, yeah, because you didn't finish yet. When you go graduate, since we got new people that are blowing you out the water, you got the original version of the training. So now you are at this place where you are going to be looked at as a mentor. You got people who will listen to this podcast like they have in the past. They've listened to our coaches that have gone before us. I share our veteran coaches in our training because it's going to inspire some future Black woman Christian certified life coaches. Okay, Coach Kanisha did it with life happening, with a busy schedule, with everything else that could have stopped her. Let me put this down and go do what I know I need to do. And some of those coaches are going to be those pre-enrolled coaches who put it pause for a moment, but now they see new faces like, well, wait a minute. You know, I got people that's, you know, and it is a competition at times with coaches. And if I say it took her a week to do it and you've been in it for 2 years, that's going to be a conversation I'm going to brag on for a long time. Okay, so I just want you to know, you might have some people reaching out like, did you really do it that fast? Yes. And it's so out of all of what you learned and what you were able to digest and retain and aligning it to your vision in a way that God had given it to you when you said yes, what was that one aha moment or one takeaway that you really feel like you got out of the training? Maybe something that you learned about yourself that you didn't really pay attention to, maybe you didn't know you knew it, or maybe you were reminded of something that was just about you going through this self-study process, because it does allow you to kind of do some inner reflection with the activities before you go out and coach. So what was that one nugget or takeaway you got from the training for you?
My nugget that I got away from the training was just how it was in line with my story. The not knowing anything about coaching because I had no idea about it, but I journal a lot. That's a part of my story. I journal a lot, and in my journal, as I reflected, I set goals. I took actions. and I achieved my goals. So just seeing that that is deep down what I want to do and help people, it was just in a aha moment, because sometimes we think so deep about what things are. And it's just like, just help the people set goals, hold them accountable, help them take actions, and help them envision and see themselves achieving their goals. So that was like my big aha, because sometimes we think things too deep. And it was just simple 3 steps that, we as life coaches, are here to assist with. And it may look different for some people, but for me, that was my big aha, was knowing that it's not hard. It's a pretty straightforward process, and I don't have to overthink it. It's already been laid out. I just have to make it my own now.
I like that. Make it your own. And so, what you did through the process is called self coaching, which I know you may have remembered from the training. But there are books that I recommend within the training that goes deeper into the self coaching model, where you're like, number one, I know that I'm a journaler. So I'm going to go ahead and apply what I'm learning to myself by putting it in my journal. What are my goals? By listing actions I have to take and actually watching myself get results, which in this case, your result was to complete this training. And when I say you did that, you did that.
Well,
And
thank you.
I did brag on you to Coach Eric. And I'm like, she is done already. Like, we had just finished speaking about you and that you had just gotten started. And here it was, just a few short days later, you were complete with the training. I was like, yes, she has a certificate and everything. She has a graduation gift box on the way. Like, it's so much that I am celebrating you and your journey for. And I know it's like, it happened so fast. But what I love that our coaches say is that I have this handbook, which is my coaching Bible. I can always go back through the information if I need to, or I can refer to it during my self-study time or during your life coaching sessions with your clients. And so I know when I got certified, I literally sat in the presence of my first client with my handbook. Like, listen, I don't have all this memorized. So you're going to see me flip through pages and take notes and read questions. And she didn't care. She still got her breakthrough. She still paid me to be there. And she still got the success that she signed up for. So I love knowing that this format allows you to continue to grow, plus the $15,000 plus of extra bonuses and resources that come with the training is going to help you on your continuing education path. So what's one thing that kind of surprised you about the training that you didn't really know what to expect going into a life coach certification training, especially specific for Christian coaches? Like, what's one surprise that you remember thinking like, huh?
Well, one surprise, I guess, that it was like online, and just how the material was laid out. Um, I like to think, but I don't like to overthink. So it was just laid out, so very well, and just the fact that it was online, um, and go at your own pace. I have had people through past and tell me about life coaching, but I didn't really entertain it. So it had went in one ear and out the other. So I didn't really like have anything really to compare it to. But I really liked that it was online, meaning that I could do it or had access to it from anywhere, as long as I had a device. So and so I believe that was kind of just one of the things that stuck out to me that I didn't really know. And just seeing too, like how you can coach via email. You don't have to always be in person. And of course, now we have Zoom. Um, and also too, I'm saying a couple of more things, but and then just realizing that it's not counseling. I let people know up front, it's not counseling, it's not therapist, but I'm here to assist you with setting goals and taking action and achieving them. So it was a lot of things that I did not know that was answered throughout the program.
So, what would be one key piece of advice that you would share with someone who has not registered yet, or they haven't completed the training that they signed up for initially? What's that one thing that got you through that would help the next future Black woman Christian certified life coach actually complete it at her own pace coming up?
Um, your quote that you have in your book is so motivating. Um, Knowing that there is someone somewhere that's waiting, as you would say, waiting for us, to walk into our destiny. And by us walking into our destiny, I'm paraphrasing your quote, it gives other people permission to let their light shine. So I just highly say that there is someone out there that's waiting. We all have our own audience. So there's somebody that's waiting on you to share your story so that you can help them share their story. So if you've been waiting, you've waited long enough, just cut out the time. Don't let the 24 hours or one day intimidate you. You can go at your own pace and get it done. And you will be so thankful that you did, because you accomplished something that's great. You accomplished something for yourself. And by doing that, it's going to help so many others. So don't delay another day. Take the step. And if you're anything like me, you will be so happy that you did, because many people are going to benefit from you being skillfully trained and qualified to carry out the task at hand.
So what's next, coach? I mean, you're completely certified. You are professionally trained and skilled in this new gift that enhanced your call to coach. You've added that to your vision. You're actually walking in it, and you're validated, you're confirmed. We got the documents to prove it. We got your back. You got the books, you got the videos, you got the audios, you got the worksheets, you got the coaching community. Like, you got it all now, and you are prepared for the next step. So what is your next step now that you are certified? What do you plan on doing as a result of being a newly certified Black woman Christian life coach?
Well, with all that being said, I am excited to hopefully in November be launching my very first program. So stay tuned to that. I created a 5-step process which helped me to get where I am today. And so part of that program, I will be offering life coach sections, whether individually or group. Um, and so that's what's on the rise for me, is to put everything together and offer this service to so many people that are in need of just somebody, whether it's me just cheering them on or actually being their life coach. But there is someone that's waiting on me to get this out there so that it can help serve them, so that they too can do what they so greatly desire, or do the things that they feel are in line with their purpose.
That is so true. So how can people keep up with the work that you're putting out there in the world using your process that our mentor is walking you through, and hearing about what you got going on or coming up? Any social media handles you want to share, a website, an email, a phone number? You can get creative, girl. Just how can they stay in touch with you?
Yes, so you can stay in contact with me. I am on Facebook. You can find me by Kanisha Graham. That's KANISHAGRAHAM. And you'll see this lovely face as the profile pic. My website is kanishaspeaks.com. And I can also be reached via email. It's going to be my last name, first name, which is Graham Kanisha at yahoo.com.
All right, KanishaSpeaks.com. That's what I'm talking about. So anything that's just on your heart or on your mind that you want to share now that you have the floor, anything before we wrap this up that you just want to kind of put out there into the world?
Yes, I am so grateful that I knew Mr. Eric, but I had already met Dr. AJ, but he had the contact. So I'm so grateful for networking, for going on Eventbrite and just giving it a chance and networking with so many people that I did not know that was going to play the role that they're playing now in my life. So I am very grateful for that. Um, and this program has just really helped me to hold myself accountable because I'm a little camera shy, but I am very proud of myself for taking this step. And I'm just every day looking forward to doing something that's going to help inspire and help someone else set goals, take actions, and achieve them. So this is just the beginning. I am greatly looking forward to what the future holds in this area. And it's no more sitting on my purpose or my talents or my gifts. And I hope this video will inspire you to no longer do the same because the world needs us and they're waiting on someone just like us, that looks like us, that are not afraid to share their their story or not be afraid to help others.
That is so true. So shouts out to my marketing mentor and just all things like get it together, Mr. Eric Tyler Anderson, just in case he hears this. And he's like, AJ, you could have mentioned my name, you know. We just the phone not too long ago. So I got to mention him for connecting us. You were truly a godsend in ways that you will know someday soon. I'll share part of that story in the future. But you are a part of a bigger plan and a bigger mission. I'm so glad to welcome you into the family of Black Christian women certified life coaches, AKA the ladies of legacy, who are living their legacy. We're leading legacies, and we are definitely leaving legacies, our footprints in the sand for others to follow. Like I mentioned, you're now a mentor. People will call on you like you had to call on your sister coaches, like, girl, can I practice on you? Can you help me out? I just need to make it across this page real quick virtual. So I celebrate you and I say thank you for trusting the process. Thank you for the conversation that just flowed. You were one of the calls that just went as it was supposed to go. I think we talked in the late evening, and I usually don't get on the phone with people that late. I think our latest call was from one of our coaches, Coach Andrea Stone, who finished not too long ago, and she made $3,000 in her first 2 weeks as a new coach. So we were thankful we talked that night at 11 o'clock at night,
Okay.
And she also persevered through the training as life was happening. So her podcast episode breaks down exactly how she did that. Thank you for saying yes to the podcast. Believe it or not, we have other camera shy coaches who's like, no, I'm not ready to get on camera. And then they find out I'm not on there with them. I'm just talking to you. But this is your one bold step that's going to help you stand out. I mean, you can brag that you're now a success story for Black Christian certified life coaches who have trained through the International Center for Life Coach Training, LLC. You can brag that you are on the Black Life Coach Radio podcast with your life coach certification trainer, Dr. AJ Austin herself. And as you may find out soon, we're getting a lot of press for this work. So when they get to see your gorgeous face on this screen, talking about where you started and where you're headed, again, you're going to stand out among even the coaches that we trained who may not have been blessed with this same opportunity. So again, I want to congratulate you. I want to say thank you for showing up. I'm definitely praying for you as a part of our crew of almost 200 Black Christian women who are certified life coaches now, all because they followed the vision in their heart and the call that God has put on them. So I would wrap us up with my famous slogan. You think you can say it by yourself, or do you want me to say it with you?
No, I told you I was paraphrasing. Got some of
Everybody's
the points.
okay, so jump in where you can. I'm gonna say it slow. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
There is someone somewhere
There's someone somewhere that's
waiting on you
waiting on you
to walk in your
to
destiny
walk into your destiny
so they can walk into theirs.
so they can walk into theirs.
Because it's when you impact just one life,
Because when you impact just one life,
you impact generations.
you impact generations.
Yes. So we're going to go out and let our light shine, giving others permission to do the same. Again, it's yours truly, Dr. AJ Austin. Stay tuned for how you too can become one of our future Black women, Christian certified life coaches. Thank y'all for joining us. Have a great day. See you next episode. God bless. Bye.
Bye.